a lifestyle. Sports cards and we live now. Jeremy Lee in the building and every guest that you ever needed. Sports cards after hours keep the hobby heated. Updates, hobby talk like you never seen it. Sports cards live and none could ever beat it. Sports cards is a lifestyle. Sports cards and we live now. Welcome to another episode of Sports Cards Live with your host, Jeremy Lee.
But what is there on here? Hello, welcome everybody to the show. Fanatics Collect weekly hockey auction ending watch party here on Sports Cards Live. My name is Jeremy Lee, and it is March the 9th. Let's bring it.
Hey, Jeremy, I think you froze.
Josh, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing, bud?
I'm good. I might be having a little bit of internet issue. Let me just fix something up here really quick, and maybe that will take care of it. But guys, we have a bit of a smaller auction tonight here, a bit of a smaller selection of hockey cards on the Fanatics Collect platform. We're down to this week 139 cards, Josh. Last week we had 222, but we've managed to find a few beauties in there to look at tonight. Before we get to that, how's your week been? What's going on the Gong Show? Ovechkin scored again.
Yeah. It's been a good week. Busy weekend. Busy weekend. Lots of stuff here going on in Minnesota. The big thing here is our boys state high school hockey tournament concluded. It's amazing. It's one of the probably the coolest hockey thing about our state. Really, they over the weekend they'll get well over 100,000 fans in to watch the tournament. A lot of people see the hockey here because that's very popular. But yeah, so it's at the Excel Energy Center where the Wild play, and they'll if it holds 18,500, like in championship night last night, there was over 20,000 people in the arena.
Very nice. Very nice. As Linda's first son, Michael, says, it was an empty netter for Ovechkin. Yeah, I don't want to focus on that because it is a thing, but I think Gretzky had his share of empty netters too, Josh. Have you ever taken a look at that? Do you know, just off the top of your head, you can look it up if you want, but I'm just curious, are you kind of front of mind familiar with the empty netter count between Ovechkin and Gretzky? And yeah, they all count, but I don't know. Again, empty netters are important, but to me, there's just something a little bit different. Like there's no goalie. There's just no goalie in the net. So you have to get it through the rest of the team, the defenders, and they all count. They all count towards a total.
Yeah.
I kind of, I'm all for Ovechkin beating the record, owning the record. I wonder if people are going to diminish its importance based on that. And, here he says Ovechkin has 79 empty net points, so 65 empty net goals. Did you just find anything out, Josh, by chance?
Yeah, 65. Gretzky had 56. So, I mean, it's not enough to, I think, be a major distinction, but it is the most empty net goals of all time, which kind of makes sense, right? You would assume the player with the most goals all time would have the most empty net goals of all time.
Yeah, and so right here, 80, so 57 for Gretzky, 65. That's only 8 more. And empty net goals also, help secure wins, especially if it's the 2-goal lead goal. Sometimes we see games that have 2 empty net goals happening, and now all of a sudden they win 6-3 instead of 5-3. And the second empty netter, I don't think is as important as the first one. That's for sure. But they all count. They all count towards the record. And what is he now? 9 away from breaking it. Like this is pretty crazy.
10 from tying, or 9 from tying, 10 from breaking.
Even after today's goal, I think it's 9 from breaking. I feel like it was 10 from breaking it going into today.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought I looked that up. My only hope is he doesn't tie or break the record on an empty netter.
Yeah, that's fair, of course. Same here. I hope he doesn't as well. But we don't know what's going to happen. It would be great if the winner was a nice power play goal, one of his patented one-timers, or a game-winning goal. Anything but an empty netter is what I hope for as well. Well, look at this. Crosby's got 37 empty net goals. So the points, it's something, but it is interesting, right? Because Gretzky had 85 empty net points. Crosby's got 81. And thank you to Linda's first for that. And Ovi's got 79, less than Crosby even. So it's fun. It's fun to watch. What's up, Jacob Dahl, Jeff McMahon, Redemption, peace to you. Laura is here. Good evening. Good evening. We got Phil, the loud collector. What's going on? Oh yeah, Phil. That's what Josh wants you to do, is out him on what he might be going for tonight. Way to go, Phil. Way to go. And by the way, I love that trade that your team made, moving out Norris for was it Owen Power, I believe? Was that the trade? Or
Cousins.
Cousins. Sorry, Cousins. Yeah, I like that trade for the.
Oh, stop! Because Phil already thinks Dylan Cousins is Wayne Gretzky, so you're just feeding the hype right now, and he's already dancing all over the place about it.
I thought Pinto was. I thought that was Pinto. I thought Pinto was Wayne Gretzky. Perchy, what's going on, Perchy? Good to see you, buddy. Todd McDonald, Louie. Good to see you, Louie. As always, Shannick, what's going on? Goals are goals. They all count. Ovi's a robot to still be scoring at this pace at his age. He really is. He's an enigma. No doubt about it. He's an all-timer for sure. Perchy says, smash that like button. Appreciate that, Perchy. Todd says, I think that offsets the empty net goals. Is the quality of goaltending today is better than in Gretzky's time? Yeah. And not only the quality, but like the size of the pads. There's not enough. There's not enough room. There are not as many lanes into the mesh as there were back in the day. There was so much more room way back when. Jake Dahl hopes Ovechkin doesn't break the record. I don't think. I mean, listen, Jake. I don't know. I don't think that's going to work out for you too well. What's up, Robert Scott? Junk Wax Museum. Good day to you as well. Phil says, I'm not very strategic. Apologies. Stuart Bridgman, welcome to the show. Cousins and Pinto, the modern day Gretzky and Messier. Well said, Stuart. Well said.
You guys are making a monster worse. I'm just telling you.
If you couldn't tolerate Phil on the Gong Show already, just wait. Although I love what Phil brings to the Gong Show. All right, guys, let's have a look at some cards. Josh, are you ready, or was there anything else you wanted to chat about first?
No, let's do it.
All right, guys, we're gonna go oldest to newest, and we're gonna start with the 1957 Parkhurst Henri Richard rookie card. This is a PSA 2. It's got the Fanatics Collect Eye Appeal rating of exceptional, which is the top 15%. And this card, it's like a bit of a sleeper card. The Henri Richard rookie card sells really well. People love this card. It's a Hall of Fame rookie. You need it if you're doing Hall of Fame set registry on the PSA set registry. You need it if you're collecting Montreal Canadian Hall of Famers. Now, it's a 2. I want to look at this card, Josh, because I see things wrong with it, but then I see things right with it. Edges are beautiful. Corners are beautiful. Even those bottom corners are beautiful for a 2. Let's zoom in. Yeah, that's a really nice bottom left corner, really nice bottom right corner for a 2. The two things that are quite obvious to me, condition-wise, in terms of defect, or let's call them defects, are you've got this overall toning going on, and it kind of starts at the outer edge and works its way in. It gets lighter as you get into the middle, into the body of Henri here, but you can see around the edges. It's almost like, I don't know what that is, Josh. If that's just natural, like oxidization, or is that smoke stains? I don't know what it is, but it's definite toning. I don't mind toning on my cards, but what kind of does, draw your eye towards are these kind of exceptions to the toning. Whatever little thing is here, you've got some of it over here. You've got a bit of it over here above the word Richard. So, outside of the toning and then these spots within the toning, you've got a beautiful card. I'm not seeing, Josh, I'm not seeing any creases or bends that are really sticking out to me. Now, they could be there. Let's take a look at the back of the card. And, when you look at a 2 and the front looks pretty good, I want to look at the back, and I'm kind of wondering, is there any paper loss? And I don't see any until let's zoom in. And no, the back is very similar to the front. It's a little bit more, it's got more toning around the outer edge, but that's a beautiful back. For a 2, guys, I love this copy. I do, despite the spots within the toning. I mean, this is for a 2. I don't disagree at all with the exceptional eye appeal assessment by Fanatics Collect. If it said S for superior, I still don't think I would have a problem with that, Josh. I really like this copy. What about you?
Very nice too. I was kind of doing the math a little bit, or mental math a little bit, with him being a 1957 rookie and Maurice a 1951. And then knowing that a lot of the 1951 rookie cards players, because their rookie years were a lot prior, I never knew that Henri was 15 years younger than Maurice.
Well, keep in mind that Maurice started, I think, in 1947, so his rookie year was 51. But so there is that extra 4-year buffer as well. So 4 plus 6, I guess, is 10. And how many years younger did you say he was?
15, almost 15.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe he started young or Maurice started late, or who knows? But yeah, that's a big difference for brothers, isn't it? 15 years.
I know. That's what I was just thinking.
I wonder how many other kids there were in between the 2 of them in that family. I have no idea. If you kind of assume that there's only the 2 of them, but 15-year gap. There could have been another 3 or 4 or 5 kids in between. Mr. and Mrs. Richard could have been, the parents to 8 or more kids, and more, and Henri could have been the baby, and Maurice the oldest. Who knows? Well,
there's
maybe
8.
I guessed 8, and it was 8.
Yeah.
Hey, look at me guessing right. All right. Pretty cool. Yeah, Michael says the Rocket is like a deity in Quebec. The Rocket is for sure. I mean, to me, it was him and Gordie Howe were hockey in the 50s, and then Bobby Hull came around and inserted himself into that, along with others, of course. But it was Howe and Richard were the 2. It's kind of like Crosby and Ovechkin today. Back then, it was Howe and Richard.
Yeah.
I remember those days. Anyway, love this Henri Richard card. Would come with my blessing if anyone was wondering or interested. I think it's a wonderful card, and $380, pretty darn affordable right there as far as an Henri Richard rookie card goes. All right, let's keep on going, though. In 1960, Parkhurst, Gordie Howe. Now, this is a PSA 1. We don't usually look at PSA 1s on this show, and I haven't looked at this yet except for from this angle, and I thought, let's look at it. Let's zoom in and take a look at this because it looks really nice. And, okay, still, this is a 1. Now, it is very recently graded, so, we know standards are tougher now than before. This card looks like a 7, Josh, but it's a 1, unless that's a misprint. So you kind of think, is there a pinhole somewhere? And maybe there is. Okay, we got to look at the back. Is the back completely destroyed? Oh, there we go, you guys. There we go. The back has a ton of remnants from what might have been tape. I don't know if there's any paper loss, because even with this tape, I could still, even with these glue marks, Josh, I could still see this being graded higher than a 1, unless there's paper loss or something else really funky going on. But I'm not seeing any obvious evidence of a pinhole. You usually will find them in this area here, maybe above the head. I don't know. Is that one there? Maybe is that one? Or are those just print marks? Not sure. But guys, this is a very, very nice PSA 1 for any card. Josh, are you seeing anything here that I'm not?
No. $54. That's crazy. Aside from whatever remnant is on the back, it's kind of a cool card back too.
It is. Yeah,
you got the big Wind Wheel logo. Yeah.
It's a very, very nice copy. And again, if you're going to get a 1 that looks that good on the front and you have to sacrifice the back for this, yet you have the record of, the past life of this card where somebody did enjoy it and whatever they did with it to leave these marks. I think it would be tape glue. I'm not 100% certain, but I think that's cool. That's a nice card. Okay, let's keep on going. 1971 O-Pee-Chee Marcel Dionne rookie card. Hall of Famer, top 3 or 4 scoring of all time. He was number 2 behind Gretzky for a long time until I think Jágr got up there, and Messier's up there too. But it was the 4th overall all-time scoring in the history of the NHL, something like that. And this is a 7. Let's take a closer look at the card, because this is going to be a nice, affordable way to get into a recently graded Dionne rookie. Centering side to side. I always go to the middle of the blue oval, and it's very nice. It's close to perfect, I would say, side to side. The top always throws me off, though.
Yeah.
And Josh, we've talked about this before on the show. The way the Red Wings, like the oval, the blue oval, is perfectly centered. But why is the words Red Wings? Why are they shifted off to the left? Why aren't they in the middle? And I don't understand. Maybe it's our eyes playing tricks on us. Have you ever studied this to try and figure it out?
I think it's just the way it was printed. It has nothing to do with the cut from the sheet. The PSA 10 has the exact same centering on the Red Wings lettering.
Right. I guess what I'm kind of getting at is the oval is perfectly placed. The word Red Wings, I guess the R comes further to the left. Yeah, the R is coming further to the left relative to the edge of the blue oval versus the S. The S is a little bit to the left of the edge of the blue border on the right side of the card. And that's what kind of throws you off if you're using the word Red Wings to assess the centering. Personally, I don't think you should use the word Red Wings. I think you should use the blue oval, which features the subject of the card being Marcel Dionne himself. Something else I'm noticing, though, is there's some weird print defect going on here. You've got this yellow kind of errant ink up here. And then look at his face. Look at this yellow stripe coming down his neck and up his cheek by his eyebrow. You see that, Josh? It's like right there. So there's that. It's some sort of print defect. You got a fisheye over there, which is hard to see because it's white on yellow. But anyway, it's a nice 7, if not for this print defect, which I'm not a big fan of. What do you think, Josh?
Yeah, I don't like the yellow streak. The other thing I find interesting about the centering on this card is that it also, even in a PSA 10, feels very off-center top to bottom, right? Because just like with the oval left to right, you kind of want to center it top to bottom, but it's really centered from the bottom of Dionne.
Yes.
And the top of the logo, but the whole thing looks off-center though, doesn't it? Top to bottom, even though it's not.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's a good point you make. When I'm assessing centering on this card, I use the oval to assess right to left, but I don't use the oval to assess left or right. And just think about a card that has, uniform borders on the left and right side, but non-uniform borders on the top and the bottom. We do see that often on cards. So I think this is a well-centered card left to right and top to bottom, despite that kind of, trick that it plays on us. So a nice card despite that printing flaw, I would say. Let's go to some comments here before we go to the next row. Larry here says that Ovechkin is still behind Gordie Howe's 975 goals professionally. Yeah, interesting sort of asterisk type of information there. Junk Wax says that Richard copy is one of the coolest sports images I've ever seen. It is a great card on the Henri Richard on the left on our screen right now. Jake Dahl likes the 57 Parkhurst. Nice, simple design. Yeah, and you can get the Frank Mahovlich rookie card from that set as well. They are the two very important Hall of Fame rookies from 57 Parkhurst. 57 is a great year because even in tops, you've got some great rookie cards in that year as well. The Allman, the Busick, the Glenn Hall, etc. Good evening, Kinger. Welcome to the show. Stuart Bridgman says, doesn't a pinhole usually make it authentic? No, a pinhole drives it down to a 1. It does not make it authentic. Drives it down to a 1 is my understanding for sure. Larry, yeah, we did that. All right. It's glue. Kinger says it's glue. Jeremy, the question is, would you rather have the oval centered or the Red Wings centered? Yeah, to me, it's just like a design error, a design flaw with the card on the Dionne. But I would personally rather have the oval centered than Red Wings. That's my answer for me. Stu Bridgman says the logos bother me, the wing on the wing. And yeah, it is like down over here he's talking about. You got 2 of the Red Wings basically layered on top of each other. Yeah, I'm not crazy about that design feature, but it is what it is. Can't do much about it. LGC says Dionne and center are never on the same plane on that card. Well, and that's because they're different printing plates, right? So that makes sense to me that they're not. Hey, Luke, welcome to the show. Thank you very much. Okay, let's keep on rolling, Josh. We're going to close up all of these windows, and let's go down to here. We got, Gretzky rookie-wise, we have 4 of them today, but we also have a PSA 8 Mike Bossy. It's a Topps rookie. It's a Topps rookie. Very nicely centered. Nice copy overall. Looks like an 8 all day to me. Newly graded as well. Gretzky rookie-wise, we have a PSA 8 O-Pee-Chee. We have a BGS 6.5 Topps, a BGS 8 Topps, and a PSA 8 Topps with a PD qualifier, which is for a print defect. So we'll look at all of these. Let's have a look first at the PSA 8 O-Pee-Chee. And we're going to zoom in on this. First glance, really clean copy. Those edges and corners are nice and clean. No real rough cut there. Maybe very, very minor. Slightly off-centered to the left. Top to bottom, it's a little bit high as well. But, well within PSA 8 grading standards back then and even to today, I would think. Let's have a look now up close. Top corners are nice. Top edge, yeah, it's got a little bit of rough cut, but a very small amount. Bottom corners are nice. Edges are nice all around. Oil drop, slight shift to the right. We see the red shadow coming off the bottom of the legs there, which we always do. Slightly blurry face, not too bad. The word Edmonton is nice and dark. Same with the word Oilers. Registration-wise, and again, playing off that oil drop being off to the right, you do see a little bit right here in the inner white border. You can see the magenta coming in and infringing on the white. So, we call these out. We see these things. But when I zoom out, this, to me, the registration's fine on this card. Doesn't bother me. It's not perfect, but it doesn't bother me. The only issue I have with this card is the centering. But if this thing was better centered, I think you're looking at an 8.5, maybe even a 9. I think this is a great copy. That's a great copy. Let's take a quick look at the back. The backs are very fickle on this card too. You often see various different things, print flaws, and so there's a little bit of a white spot right there. I'm not sure if that's on the card, or I believe it's probably on the card. And then we've got something over here, minor issues that don't throw me off. They don't really throw me off at all. Wouldn't bother me if this was Mike. I like this copy, Josh. What are your thoughts? Agree.
Yeah, we've seen 8s a lot more messy, especially from a registration standpoint.
Yeah.
And I got me kind of thinking as you were talking, I'm asking a little bit of an unfair question, but what percentage of Gretzky rookies do you think you see, we'll go with O-Pee-Chee, that have what you would consider like perfect, like 10 gem mint registration? It's gotta be best, really
20,
small.
20% at best, at best, okay. But maybe even 10. Like, registration's tough on this card. It wasn't important back then in the production process. So I say that like I was there, but I say it because it's evident, the proofs in the pudding sort of thing. Let's take a look at this 8 PD card, because this is now it's a top, so it's not an opportunity to get an O-Pee-Chee, of course. But let's just take a look at this card. I'm wondering what the PD is on it. So let's see if we can figure that out. And we see a little fisheye. We see a series of fisheyes across the top. A line coming through here. Not sure if that's on the card or the slab. You see that kind of scratch looking thing. Is that the print defect? There's a fisheye there on his shin. There's one over there. But a couple at the bottom. I've never seen a PD qualifier with fisheyes before that I can recall. So the front, I don't see PD. I'm not seeing what I would expect to be PD on the front unless it's this line here. So let's look at the back of it. I mean, I don't see anything there either.
But is that a print defect or would it just be a scratch?
Well, right. I mean, that's a good question. That's why I'm not. Oh wait, that can't be. That's not the right card. Hold on. Where do we go? Here. The back is clean, right? And the front, where is the PD? Is it the fisheyes?
No.
I mean, there's another one right there on his shorts. You know, you might have thought somebody might have, is it this weird thing here? Is there a streak coming through here or something?
Maybe.
You know, and then right here, you see this little white dash going through the black lines. Like, I think this is on all the Topps copies, or at least like most of them, because we see this all the time. So I don't even mention it anymore. Yeah. I don't know what the PD is on this card, guys. This card was graded, decades ago. This is the first 1.5 million that they ever graded. So this is old. This is from the 90s. Yeah, I don't know what the issue is. So now it's still graded an 8. It's off center to the right. It's a little bit low, but not bad. Probably an opportunity to get what is otherwise an 8 for a good discount because of that qualifier on the label that I don't know that we really are seeing what it is. So, Josh, any further comments before we look at the other two Gretzkys?
Yeah, more of a question. So, let's say you own that card, and is that one that you would want to bring to PSA and have them look at it and see, say this was graded decades ago? Would, because I think that many people, and I put myself in the category, I see a qualifier and I'm like mentally out on a card.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are. So to answer your question, I would need to look at it in person and have it in hand and move it around under the light, right? We can only see so much here in 2 dimensions. And if I still couldn't spot the print defect, then yeah, I might say, hey, any chance we can have another look at this and, remove the qualifier? Yeah, I think that's a fair strategy for it.
I just have a huge admitted bias towards them.
Yeah, I know. Well, you're not alone. That's pretty much most of the hobby, I think. Okay, we have a BGS 8 Topps and a 6.5 Topps as well. Here's the 8. I just want to look at sit back and take a look, guys, and just kind of eye appeal assess it, centering assess it. Now, this isn't perfectly centered, but it's pretty, it's to the right a bit. Top to bottom looks almost bang on. The 6.5 is to the right a bit. Top to bottom looks really good. So it's probably just going to be your edges and corners on these two. The registration is always really nice on the Topps cards. You can see that little white dash again on both of these cards if you zoom in. I think we'll let you guys look at these ones yourselves for now if you want to zoom in, because from here, Josh, they both look just fine. They look just fine. I mean, okay, let's just take a closer look at these.
Can't help yourself.
Can't help myself. Yeah, this looks good to me. It's not perfect. There, a little bit of scratch on the bottom edge here. You got to zoom in to see it for the most part. Bottom corners are good. They're not 9s or 10s, but I'd say they're 8s. Top left corner, well, the 2 top corners are both showing a touch of cardstock, and that might be the biggest knock against it. Now, when I do zoom in, I'm seeing a couple of weird scratches. There's one over here. There's one over here. There's one over here. Something going on over here. So I don't know if that's on the slab or the card itself, though. That's the problem. There, we're seeing something else right over here. That looks like a reflection that's not on the card, but This is for sure. This little, just a little scrape sort of thing on the edge, but not too serious. So still I think fairly graded as an 8. Any comments, Josh, before we go look at the third-year Gretzky PSA 8?
Nope.
All right. So this next card, guys, I wanted to look at it because look at the centering on this card. Near mint to mint.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I can't. So, okay. Hold on one second, you guys. Hold on one second. We need to do something here just to educate all of us. Okay. So let's go to now their website. I'm finding to be a little bit more. Where are the grading standards? Does anybody know where the grading standards are? Here is it under research, pop, card ladder, card facts, price guide, auction prices, pop report, cert verification, registry, vault and sale, pricing and services, authentication and grading. Let's go there. Authentication and grading, crossover review reholder, grading, card and auto grading, pricing. Where are your standards, guys? Come on.
Oh, scale 1 to 10. You just go.
Where am I?
There was a text link that was scale. It's in the copy.
In the what?
It says, if you scroll down, it's PSA's 10-point grading scale.
There we go. Thank you, Josh. Okay, so if we go to, is this the 8? PSA 8. Okay, now where's the information on it? Oh my God, this website should be so much better, right? An 8 is super high. Okay, centering must be approximately 65-35 or better on the front. 65-35. That's not 65-35. So this is definitely overgraded right now. It's horribly off-centered. But other than that, you're going to get great edges, a great surface, and great corners. So my personal advice on this would be to wait for a more centered copy. But it should also sell. So, well, it's been up to $195 now. Comp-wise, I think you're going to want to pay about 60% of the average. This to me would be like the lowest 5% of this kind of card. The opposite of the superior eye appeal. This has negative eye appeal, in my opinion. So at best, at best, Michael, because if you're measuring like to be 80-20, you have to fit 4 of these little white strips into here. And I think you can maybe fit 5 of them into there. I think you can fit more than, there's more than 4 of those in here. So 80-20 at absolute best, Michael. I think you might be being a little conservative even on that. Good evening, Professor. Good evening, Brett. Good evening to you. Josh, any thoughts on this Gretzky card?
Yeah, it's pretty brutally centered. So it would be a tough one for me to get, and I agree, it's probably overgraded.
It has to be in accordance with the definition here from the PSA website. All right, guys, let's keep on going. Now we're going to go modern. Look at that. We're going to go from 1981 to 1999, an 18-year fast forward here. We got an SP Authentic Buyback from 1999 of a 1998 card. So 1 year later, numbered to 101. It's graded a 9. The autograph is graded a 10. And that autograph does look really nice. Yeah, that's a beautiful autograph. Numbered 14 of 101. Rangers card. So it's funny, Josh. When I think of buybacks, I think like, you're going to do the next year, you're going to wait a couple of years. This is the next year. Despite that, awesome card, great autograph. I like there's 101 of these. I don't think we've seen many of these here, Josh.
No.
In the couple of years we've been doing this, I don't recall. Maybe we've seen 2 others. So maybe not the easiest card to find at $330. And then we're going to skip 6 years to the Ovechkin rookie year, SP game used rookie jersey auto numbered at a 10. So this is an Ovechkin rookie card or rookie year card, not technically an RC, but it's definitely a rookie year card. And if we zoom into this guy, you can see right here, it is numbered 10 of 10 right on the front of the card. Autograph looks really good still. Really nice. It's not graded, but it is on. You can see the sticker. It is on a sticker. 2 pieces of jersey right there. Should be, I believe they'd be game used, but we can have a look at the back and confirm that. Let's see what the back says. Jersey worn. It's a photo shoot, so not game used, but photo shoot. So at least he wore them, but not from a game. The card grade's out an 8.5 and is sitting at $1,425 right now for the man who is on the verge of becoming the NHL's all-time goal scoring leader. Josh, what are your thoughts on this? We've seen so many Ovechkin rookie year cards over the last several months. What do you think of this one?
I'm just the 2005 SP game used design motif that has never appealed to me. It's like it's very gear and robotic and almost futuristic at that point. And so it doesn't speak to me, but I can appreciate it. And, this is if you don't have money for limited logos or something like that, not a bad option.
Yeah, it's a cheaper way into an autographed memorabilia Ovechkin card. That's what it is. But like Don Quixote here says, what an uninteresting card to me. Photo shoot worn and sticker auto, putting him to sleep. LGC game gear plus photo shoot. Joke, he doesn't like it. Professor says, oh no, back of the card says congratulations. That's most cards these days, Professor. So, and then on that buyback, Gretzky, Linda's first says, when you did does a buyback on a year-old card, it makes me think, did they even buy them back or just keep a few copies? When you do a buyback on a 1-year-old card, yeah, it's a good question. Did they keep them back and just have them in stock, or did they actually buy them back? Fair question for sure. And Stu Bridgman says somebody got a 12-pack on the side when they graded that 81 Gretzky. Yeah, you're right about that for sure, Stuart. All right.
One note on the Gretzky really quick that I really appreciate on the buyback is, to me, and it just might be me, I draw a distinction on plain days autos, like cards that were from his actual career. And, there's a very short window because autos did not appear until the mid to late 90s. And that was right at the end of his career. And we know that there's an auto in almost every set now going forward. And so, at least for me going forward, I place a premium on these cards because it was during his career.
Fair enough. You're not alone on that. Some people want playing days autos. Some people don't. There's one other thing you need to consider when it comes to Gretzky autos is that they're not all signed by him. I forget what it's called. Who in the chat can remind me what's it called when the autograph is signed by a machine?
Auto pen. This might be auto pen. Thank you, Linda's first. I thought that when I first saw this card, Josh, could this be auto pen? It might be. So, are you okay with playing days auto pen autos, or and are you able to distinguish? And I'm not saying this is or isn't. I don't know. It very well might not be. But where do you fall on that topic, Josh? Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard too many specifics on what happened in that regard. Like, I don't know how much. The guy seemed to have signed his name an inconceivable amount of times. And so where does that suspicion come from you? Is it because it just seems when the auto's too perfect? Or is there something about that particular time frame where it's sort of thought to be common?
I'm not sure. I don't know the ins and outs of that. I just know that there is a version of his auto that it'll be pretty much the exact same at all times, right? So, but LGC says, did it even exist in 1999? I don't know. Jake Dahl says, is auto pen considered a fake autograph? I don't think it is, because it is considered to be his autograph, but it's, that's a whole topic, guys. I'd like to do some more research before I talk much more about it. So let's move on. We got a 2006, the Cup enshrinements Gordie Howe auto, graded authentic with a PSA DNA authentication on the auto, which is redundant because Upper Deck does certify it on the back of the card itself after the word congratulations comes up. $150 right now. These are nice cards. These enshrinements, enshrinements have actually gotten a lot nicer with the acetate finish, Josh. I love them now, but this is cool too because you got this foil stock die cut on top of the black card stock. So it's a multi-layered sort of card, numbered 5 of 50, a nice stamp on the front there. A pretty card. $150. Pretty cheap way right now to get into a Gordie Howe the Cup auto. And maybe it's because it says authentic, but it's basically a raw card, which is fine, which is really fine in my mind. Don Quixote, I've been in the hobby for years. First time hearing about auto pen. Look it up, Don Quixote. Look it up. Yeah, I don't search some message boards or something. You'll learn a lot. I think you'll learn a lot about it. Josh, you ready to move on?
Yep.
All right, guys. 3 auto patches here from 3 different brands and 2 different companies. 2006, the Cup scripted swatches, Dominic Hasek, numbered out of 25. Let's take a look at it. And, scripted swatches aren't my favorite auto patches because the autos sometimes look a little strange. And this one, it's got all the skips in it because he's writing on that the patch, which has all the little ridges and bumps on it, but it's still a pretty cool looking auto. In my opinion, numbered 15 of 25, SGC 8 on the card. Josh, your thoughts on this one? I mean, it'd be nicer if the patch had more colors, but then the auto might not pop so much either. So how do you like this card for the Dominator?
Yeah, I don't love autos on material. The card design is really cool. I like the picture of Dominic on there. He's got kind of his old school cage, which is kind of cool. And I don't know, like maybe if where the Cup logo is, if they would have made that an auto, but it wouldn't be. I mean, the point of the card is to be, scripted swatches, right? So it sort of would defeat the purpose to move the auto. But
well, exactly. And I've said it once before, I think on the show, but I historically have not been a huge fan of scripted swatches from the Cup. I mean, there's just other options. And then at Fanatics Fest last summer, a friend of mine in the hobby came up to me. We were talking about cards that have autos on patches, and he goes, I think they're really cool because you get a card and you kind of get an autographed jersey at the same time. I'm like, that is kind of cool when you think of it that way. So you just pick and choose the ones you like the most. It's really as simple as that. On the far right, we've got the 2012 Panini Dominion Peerless patches of Jonathan Quick. This is numbered out of 40. So this was Panini's answer to limited logos in the early 2010s. Jonathan Quick has a very broad fan base and collector base. He is collected quite widely, it seems. Great autograph on here. A nice patch with all sorts of things going on. Like you've got the mesh with some maybe blood stains on it. You've got the patch with maybe a puck mark right there. You got stitching. You've got all sorts of layers, at least 3 colors, maybe 4 if you count the blood. A bit of rubber right there. It's a pretty cool patch. Our Peerless patches, again, like I said, they are Panini's version of the limited logos from Dominion, of course. That's pretty much what they are. And that's a pretty cool card there. Josh, have you ever owned a Peerless patch?
No, this card is amazing. And I wish patches had, especially game used ones, right? It's kind of like a game used baseball, knowing the game of baseball and the dirt around the infield. And it's like if the jersey is bright white, it just doesn't feel game used, right? This patch feels game used. And the card design is amazing. Beautiful auto. Were these game used patches in Dominion?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's what all that stuff is going to be. But let's have a look and read the back just to put the evidence out there. And is it covered by this? Is this thing covering important information on the back of the card? I got to turn my head now to read it. Because I don't see any statement. Usually you'll see a statement like on a line of its own on the back of a Peerless patch, and I don't see anything visible here. I think this CGC certified authentic. Are you telling me that this thing is covering up that very important information? That's a miss. That's a fail right there. That should not be there. That should not be covering up something on the back of the card. So can't answer right now, but if anyone out there knows if this Peerless patch is game used, and I think it is, I mean, if just looking at the patch itself tells me it is. So unless
I just didn't want to assume without verifying, but I would
I'm
assume
pretty certain it is. And then in the middle, 2007 Fleer Hot Prospects Patrick Kane rookie patch auto. Let's take a look at this one. It's a pop 4 in a PSA 10, guys. PSA 10. That's a big grade on a thick card like this. Looks gem mint to me, though. A nice 3-color patch here, numbered 18 of 199. I really like the looks of these versus the 2-year earlier card, the Crosby and the Ovechkin, which are vertical. I think this, even though it's horizontal, I like this. And I say even though, because I don't mind horizontal cards at all. I really like the aesthetic of this. It's not my all-time favorite, but I do like it. Not a huge fan of the Hot Prospects logo itself, but still a nice looking card. The autograph is holding up pretty well, but it's not like fresh out of the pack, that auto, but still pretty nice of a card there. Josh, how about your thoughts on this Kane rookie patch auto?
Yeah, I like it. It's really cool. It's different, right? We typically think of like a cup RPA or a flop or something like that. And so if you're a Patrick Kane collector, I think this would be an interesting option. Interesting option for sure.
For sure. Linda's first. When Gretzky got to the Kings, he got overwhelmed with through-the-mail autograph requests, and that's when he started using auto pen, usually on an 8x10 photo. Thanks for the information. Card Future says auto pens have been available since 1937, so definitely plausible. Don Quixote's liking the quick. Stu Bridgman, wonder if a sports card has been used to solve a crime. The DNA on the card with the blood. I don't think so, but who knows? That would be interesting for sure. Brett S. confirms that the quick is game worn. Panini's been taking a lot of heat lately, but from 2010 to 14, when they had an NHL license, they made some great hockey cards, and Prime Hockey was a great product. Yeah, certainly was. The rookies weren't game worn, if I remember, but the quick should be. Talking about Dominion. Stu Bridgman likes the Caner. Jay Pringle in the house. Those Fleer Hot Prospects were really good. Yeah, no doubt. Jake Dahl also confirmed the quick. And Kinger says the sticker auto is terrible in Hot Prospects 2005. Yeah, looks a lot better here. Is this Kane a sticker auto? I thought it was. Is it? Maybe it isn't. No, I don't think that's not a sticker auto, is it? That's on, yes, it is. Huh? Hold on.
I don't know.
I feel like I'm seeing it right there. There.
Most Fleer autos are stickered.
Yeah, it is. It is a sticker auto. But hey, it looks really good for a sticker auto. All right. Continuing on, everybody. This is a Nathan McKinnon rookie year card, guys. It's a rookie year card. 2013 Panini Prime. We were just talking about how great a set this was. Namesakes rookie patch auto. So this isn't, it's a manufactured patch, right? This is not a game worn A from his name bar on the back of his jersey. But the card is autographed, or the patch is autographed right there. It's numbered out of 75. This is numbered 1 of 75. So it's a rookie year McKinnon autograph, if nothing else. 250 seems low to me, but we'll see where it ends, Josh. We'll see where it ends. Listen, it's not a card that I would collect, but these cards are more popular than they are in my household. I'll put it to you that way. Yeah. You have any thoughts on them, Josh?
I don't know. So I've thought about going for a name, but I'm not a big manufacturer patch guy. So that's what kind of keeps me away. And I forget the set in the cup where they're actually game used. What are those called again?
Yeah, by the letter or notable nameplates or something like that. Yeah. Those are awesome. That's
the ones that interest me the most.
Yeah, same here. Guys, if you're bidding on anything tonight in the Fanatics Collect weekly auction, the Sports Cards Live affiliate code is pinned to the top of the YouTube chat. I believe I pinned it up there. So please click on that before you bid or before you pay, and really appreciate the support. Okay, middle card. I love these. 2013 Panini Prism Orange Die Cut Ovechkin, numbered out of 50. This is a PSA 9. It's a pop 6. There's 2 graded higher, but the difference between 9s and a 10 are so slim. My advice is just buy the 9 and save that money. I don't know what the 10 comps out at, But this is a cool card. It is die cut, and it shines. Now, the image isn't going to... a bunch of you have seen these in hand, or you know just how shiny these are. It's not the gold. It's not a gold. It is an orange, but it's still a really cool card. And I don't know what this die cut shape is supposed to be. Is it supposed to be the Z from Prism? Maybe is it a weird Z? Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Josh, any guesses what this is supposed to be representing as far as the shape?
No idea. And to me, it's the die cut that has to be affecting the price. I would think a little, because that seems $280 for out of 50 Prism Ovechkin seems kind of low to me.
Yeah, it might not. It's also numbered out of 50 versus 10 or 25. It's second year Prism, but still, I don't think they did this kind of die cut in the first year. So no. Anyway, it's a nice card. It's Prism. It's low numbered, so I'm sure it'll get, I have to think it'll get a few more bids, guys. We are just under 8 minutes away from the 5-minute all access extended bidding windows. 8 minutes away. You can bid at any time. That's what all access means, but just keep in mind that it's going to start to speed up here in about 8 minutes, because we're right now in the first bidding window, which is 30 minutes. Next up, let's open this guy up and see what we got. So this is interesting. This is a 2011 Upper Deck Ovechkin base card that was bought back, air quotes, bought back and reinserted into 2014 Upper Deck Buyback. 13 copies. It was done with 13 copies. And now this is the Tom Brady parallel of the Ovechkin, because as you can see, he's actually quarterbacking the football game here. He's throwing the football on the ice. I'm kidding, of course. I remember kind of watching the highlight of this way back, seeing it on TV or something like that. And in any event, it's a neat picture. It's obviously in warm-ups or practice. And but only 13 cards on card auto. Nice big auto right there. The card grade's a 10. The auto grade's a 10. And right now, this is sitting at $575. That's a pretty cool card. Josh, what do you think of this one?
Yeah, I put this like in the novelty card category, and I don't mean that necessarily in a bad way. It's I don't know. I think I could look at this card for about a week and not figure out what I think about it.
Kind of throws you for a loop. It's a bit of an oddball for sure with that. Throwing the football on the ice. We don't see that very often in hockey cards, but I don't know. It's a neat piece. Anthony says Ovi throwing that football back to Brady. Yeah, maybe he is. Louis likes the orange Ovechkin. And Cardfucius wants to know if we've ever seen a card that have a player that has like that where different copies use 2 or 3 different team patches. And I'm sure we've seen it, but I can't think of any specific examples right now. All right, we're making our way through, guys. Let's start looking at this. Austin Matthews. This is a rookie year PMG blue out of 50. PSA 9. Very important card. PMGs. I like them. Many people do, obviously. It's a rookie year. Numbered right there. 6 of 50. And there are 50 blues. I'm just looking at the back. Some minor chipping on the border. But that's typical on these cards. We see it a lot. I'm not saying it's an excuse or anything, but we do see it. Oh, what did I just close? Let's go back here. Let's close that one. Go back here. Open up this image. And the front. So it's graded a 9. I do see a little bit of a, white on the edge up there.
Yeah.
It's not huge, but it's definitely there. The rest of the card, though, looks really good. And then you see this print line coming down right here. Now, print lines they're not present on all 50 copies of this card. And you can't always see it from all angles, but we're definitely seeing it from this angle. So, if you're okay with it, great. If you're not, well, maybe you wait for a different copy. But it's got that PSA 9 pedigree with it right now. It's the rookie year. It's the blue. It's the color match. It's out of 50. And, in my opinion, this should sell for like 10 times the Young Gun, because there are 100 times fewer of these in existence. And of course, I don't know exactly, but no, that would make it 5,000 Young Guns. We know it's probably more like a 1/1000th of the amount, if it's even that. So pretty neat card. Josh, how do you feel about like a rookie year PMG blue like this?
I like PMGs. I wish he had a mustache. It doesn't feel like Austin Matthews without a mustache. Am I the only one that sees his rookies and it's like, really, Austin Matthews? You can kind of see it, but he's not wearing his Superman mustache. I also prefer the PMGs that say precious metal gems on them too a little bit. So, but I do appreciate them switching up the design and trying new stuff too.
At least it says it on the back right there. At least it says it there. But you like it on the front is what you're saying, right? Yeah. I think I do too, actually, but this doesn't. But now I'm thinking back to the original PMGs for like the 97s in basketball and football. Did they say PMG on the front? I don't think they did. Does anybody know off the top of your head if it says that on the front? Yeah,
the 97, 98s do, I think, right?
Do they?
For sure.
Do they say it on the front? So. Okay. Good to know. All right, so there's the Matthews PMG blue. We've got another Ovechkin rookie year. Okay, so this is interesting. I want to talk about this one with you guys. I wanted to get your thoughts. So guys, this is a 2005 Upper Deck Rookie Threads jersey card that was bought back, autographed, and numbered out of 12 and reinserted into 2015 packs. Mm-hmm. Is this a rookie year card? Now, I know what I think about this. To the chat, you guys, let me know, is this a rookie year card, or does the fact that Upper Deck bought it back and then reinserted it, 10 years later, does that make it a non-rookie year card? Would you and if you're someone like me who basically considers all rookie year cards to be RCs and like worthy of RC value at least, I'm not saying they're technically RCs. I know I'm in the minority on that, and I don't even know that I believe that exactly, but I think certain RY cards should have the same value as if they were RC cards. What do you think of this, guys? Is it a rookie year card, or is it a 2015 card? So yeah, sorry, Stu. That was a tongue twister. Try being me and saying it on the fly here too, right? Brett says it is a rookie. LGC says yes, rookie year card. Linda's first says yes, a rookie year insert. You can't change that. Yeah, I agree with all you guys. To me, this is a rookie year card. Now, some people might get thrown by the 2015 titling and labeling by CGC here and think, it's not a rookie year card. I think it is. It's a two-color swatch. By the way, guys, hold on. Let's look at the autograph on it, because the autograph looks amazing to me. Yeah, that autograph is just gorgeous. I don't even mind the hand numbering on the front. I don't mind hand numbering, but it's nice. That autograph is perfectly placed by Ovechkin. The card is awesome. Is that game used jersey? Let's have a look at that. Oh, we can't see it because they got the certificate in the holder blocking the back of the card. Who can help us with this, guys? Is this game worn or player worn or photo shoot? Laura says backdoor rookie card. I don't know if I go that far, Laura. I hear what you're saying in the event that maybe they didn't ever distribute it and they've kept that for 10 years, or did they go buy it? I mean, I remember being set up at the expo and Upper Deck personnel buying cards from my showcase for buyback products. So I do know that they do it. I've supplied that along with many other vendors at the show. Don Quixote, photo shoot worn. Thank you, Don Quixote. And he says probably player worn. Seems like Don Quixote is more confident than you are, Anony. Hopefully you guys have looked at a copy to help us out with that. But either way, I think this card, it's a $12.75, a rookie year auto, rookie year card. Seems cheap to me. I think that's a potentially a hidden gem, if you will. Josh, what do you think of all that?
Here's the way I look at this. If you had a Wayne Gretzky rookie and you had Wayne sign it in 1983, it wouldn't be a 1983 card, right? It would still be a Wayne Gretzky rookie. Whenever think of a more modern example. Let's say, because we see it all the time with updates that Upper Deck does in almost every product, is a card's produced in 2005. Ovi gets around to signing it and returns it to Upper Deck to be packed out in a 2007 product. Doesn't change the fact that it's still a rookie card. When the auto apply is applied to the card has never really been a factor. So I think I would consider it a rookie auto jersey.
Yeah. 100% agree with that. So does I Eat Unicorn with Peanut Butter. Agree. That's one of the best names I've seen. Agrees with us as well. And yeah, I guess, I asked that question. I was just wondering, would anybody see it differently? And if you did, you would have had the wrath of Jeremy on you, because I would have tried to convince you otherwise, probably, or at least to see it my way. But it seems like we're all on the same page anyway. So that's good. All right, guys. We have a 2015 Upper Deck Black Connor McDavid rookie auto. Let's take a closer look at this. The signature rookies, number 29 of 49, silver ink on the black background. Now, these cards often, you can see edge damage because of the dark edges, but this one looks really clean. Edges are graded out at a 9. It's a 9 overall, mint condition from Beckett. Autograph looks really good. You do sometimes see streaks in these silver paint pens, or silver Sharpies, whatever they are. Doesn't really bother me. Like, for example, this little streak right here doesn't bother me at all, nor does this over here. I kind of think it's kind of evidence that it's live ink, not that it wouldn't be, of course, but I think it's a nice looking card. Not my personal preference for aesthetic. I'm not a huge fan of dark cards. Many people are. Josh, where do you fall on the dark card world?
I don't like this copy, or I don't mind this copy actually, but I don't know if you've noticed with a number of, particularly McDavid UD Black cards from 2015, sometimes they get like very dark, where even in person, it's hard to distinguish the different elements on the card. And so that's one thing I think you have to be very careful with this set, is to really find ones. Like, I've seen some of the ugliest McDavid rookie cards come out of UD Black, but this one, I don't mind. And I do like the silver and gold ink on a black background. Those autos, I think, are always pretty cool. Yeah,
it looks good. $12.25 right now for this McDavid rookie auto from UD Black. So pretty cool right there. All right, guys. We have a 2017 Upper Deck Premier Blue Spectrum McDavid auto. Only 5 copies produced. It's a PSA 9. And this is a nice looking card. This blue hollow foil is really nice. This is an on-card auto. Upper Deck in the design, they have this they blur it out just below the gloves here. Well, where you can see where it's blurred out, where the autograph is. You might think it's a sticker or something. It's not. That's definitely on card. Auto looks good. I love the 5 of 5. I love the blue hollow foil. This is a nice card overall. Now, there's this hard break between the blurry area for the auto and the non-blurry area for the picture. You can see this line coming through it there. I'm just picking on the design a little bit. I would have preferred more of a gradient than that hard line. I think that would have smoothed out the card a little bit, but minor nitpicking by me right there. Great card, very recently graded, only 5 copies, 3rd-year card, if that matters. Josh, how do you like the looks of this piece?
See, this is like where my personal views on autos really come out, and I'm just going to say, from a design perspective, I think this card is better without an auto, because what the area that you're talking about, it does kind of interrupt the photo a little bit. And now Upper Deck either does that to make the auto more visible, and I think a lot of cases they had to do it to change the surface of the card so there wouldn't be bubbling, and so that it's better receptive for the long-term viability of that auto. But I think like just from like how beautiful would this card be in its current design without an auto?
That's a simple, card with no frills except for the hollow foil. It would be gorgeous in that fashion. But as long as it was numbered, if it wasn't numbered, it would just be another base card.
Oh yeah. I'm just saying 5 out of 5, right? And I'm just saying now again, the auto is going to of course make it more valuable, but I think not every card is meant to have an auto. I understand why Upper Deck does it, and it's a pretty good, like you said, there's so much going for the card, so I don't think it's a bad McDavid auto by any stretch.
And it sold for $870, guys. We only had 3 more cards to look at that we didn't quite get to that have now been sold. The 2021 Cup Gear, what's it called? Rookie Gear, Cole Caulfield out of 24, PSA 9 sold for $492. That's pretty good, I would think, for rookie year RPA out of the Cup. Now it does have patch and jersey. I do not like when Upper Deck does that. I really don't like when they mix jersey and patch on the same card. To me, go one or the other. But they have to use up the material. So, I understand it from a, finance department perspective over there. And I'm sure they just, they have to use all the material that they get. And this memorabilia was worn by the featured player. So having been worn by the featured player, it doesn't say where, just doesn't game used. So it could be photo shoot, could be, hey, throw this on at the, when we meet him at the coffee shop to sign the cards. Who knows where he signed these cards at. And then a 2023 Allure Confetti Bedard rookie PSA 10 sold for $276. Confetti, it kind of, one of those parallels that we see throughout all cards.
This was a retail parallel.
A retail parallel. This is really recently graded. Obviously, it's a recent card. I don't mind the looks of this at all. I think it's a nice looking card. You?
Yeah, like it. It's a, some of the retails, like, I think Upper Deck's been doing with Allure, giving them retail specific. Like there's also Glitter Bomb versus Gold Glitter Bomb. That's in hobby. We're seeing that in retail now too. And then one comment I'd also have on the Caulfield RPA is where you have the jersey and patch combo there. I think that's out of 24. I sense that Upper Deck will do that at times to justify more parallels. So they'll have out of 49 be 2 jerseys, out of 24. I'm just making this up. Be 1 jersey, 1 patch, and then they'll have like an out of 12 that's patch.
Right. And that's historically what they've done with foundations. Foundations have had 4. They traditionally, like at the beginning, there were 4 parallels. There was the jersey non-auto out of 15, the jersey auto out of 10, the patches non-auto out of 10, and the patches auto out of 5. And then they came out with the 1-of-1 tags, but they've always stuck with like patches or jersey pieces. So this NHL rookie gear insert, which is pretty new, allows them to do the blending. And then I think you're right, Josh, it would be tiered from there as well. So, and then the last card that we were looking at tonight was just a PSA 9 Bedard, just to monitor the Bedard Young Guns PSA 9, $276 with buyer's premium. So those were the 25 cards or so tonight that we had indicated or tabbed for looking at out of the 133 or something like that total hockey cards tonight. And so let's go to the top and see which ones have sold and for how much. The Marcel Dionne sold for $384. Guys, 2 seconds left in this window. So it looks like this Gordie Howe PSA 1 just sold as well for $115. Okay, good timing to come back to the top. Notice that the Henri Richard's up to 600. I think when we were first looking at it, wasn't it like 250 or 350 or 330?
Something like that.
Yeah. So it's almost doubled. I'm glad to see it. This card deserves the respect, guys, in my opinion, as mentioned earlier in the show. So $115 on this 1960 PSA 1 Gordie Howe. I love this card for $115. Love the Dionne for $384. The Mike Bossy does 103, 11.7 on the Gretzky PSA 8. Peachy, 1,080 on the Topps BGS 6.5, 2,130 on the Topps BGS 8, and $2,010 on the PSA 8 with PD that we couldn't see It's a Topps copy, 2010. So a PSA 8 with PD does 2010. A BGS 8 without PD does 2130. Those are so similar. Usually you would see this selling for like 2 grade points lower if it was being compared to, a regular PSA 8, but this is a BGS 8. So this right here tells me that this is the better buy here. If there is in fact PD on this card, this BGS 8 for 2130 is a better purchase than this one over here. The way off center, third-year Gretzky sells for $234. The buyback, the Gretzky buyback, $480. The Gordie Howe didn't get any more bids, sells for $180 from 06 the Cup. That's cheap. $186 on the Hasek scripted swatches, $396 on the Kane Hot Prospects RPA, $336 on the McKinnon rookie from Prime, $396 for the Ovechkin orange die cut from Prism. The McDavid black rookie auto, $1,470. The Ovechkin rookie from the rookie threads does $1,590. The buyback, $1,500 on the Matthews PMG blue. And the Caulfield does $492, and this Bedard does $276. Okay, so we're going to refresh now. See what is left. 2.5 minutes left. Only 4 more cards alive that we are watching. So we'll take a few minutes now and go to some comments from you guys out there. Ali, great comment from Ali, says Sports Cards Live and the Gong Show have given this Canadian living in Los Angeles a strong sense of hockey card community. Not sure how my feelings about the hobby would be without you guys. Great job. Josh, I don't know about you, but it's like one of the best things we can hear. It's comments like this that make what we do so gratifying for us. That is like, Ali, thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing that you made this Canadian living in Calgary feel really good about what I'm doing. And I got to think that this American in Minnesota, Josh, I'll give you a moment to respond to Ali as well.
Oh, thank you for that. No, it's humbling, obviously, and it's the best part of the hobby. Like, people make this hobby wonderful. Of course, we love the cards, and that goes without saying, but it's the people and the connections and, the friends you get to meet by participating in the community that I think have kept me in it, and I'm sure help keep you in it year after year too, Jeremy.
Yeah, 100%. It's always welcome the positive feedback, always, and the negative feedback too. Hey, engagement pushes the algorithm, so we're not going to turn it away. But we certainly prefer comments like that. So thank you, Ali. Glad to help enhance your hobby experience. I Eat Unicorn with Peanut Butter says it's hard to find a good Caulfield rookie card without bad hockey mouth.
True.
I know. I hear you guys talking about that. Michael Gribben says rookie gears only have one variant, I believe. So that's your only chance to get that particular type of card from the Cup. Larry, I won the McDavid namesake. Would have missed it if you didn't highlight it. Well, that's cool, Larry. Right there. Appreciate that. And maybe you use the Sports Cards Live affiliate link when you bet on that. Grateful if you did, but either way, happy that you won yourself a card for your collection. Chris says, what do you guys think of the new EX2000 from Skybox coming out? Love you guys, by the way. Thanks for all you do. Love you too, Chris. I don't think anything of it yet because I haven't seen anything of it, I don't think, myself. Now, Josh, I'm assuming maybe you've had a chance to review it, and I haven't seen that episode of the Gong Show yet if you have. So put this question over to you if you don't mind.
Yeah, so our review, we recorded earlier today and is on tomorrow's podcast. And here's what I have to say. I don't know how this is going to be received. It's really and there's a longer story to it, but it's sort of the lost hockey card set from 1996-97 when Fleer had planned to release EX2000 for all 4 sports, and did so for football, basketball, baseball, but then lost the hockey license and the set never came out. And so it's a little bit different than what we see today. It's 24 packs, 2 cards per pack, not a lot of autos, like a lot of, Upper Deck builds a lot of their boxes and sets around autos because they feel like that's what collectors demand. And so I think you have to really understand the heritage of the X2000 and buy and appreciate the story. And it's just going to be different. So I'll be very curious to see how the hobby responds to it.
All right, there you go. And Chris, once I see him, we'll talk about him here, perhaps next week or the week after. Producer Louis is giving thumbs up to Ali's comment as well. Of course, Louis, part of that Hockey Cards Gong Show community and the Hockey Cards community overall, as well as Phil. Phil must not be here anymore, otherwise he probably would have made the comment.
Sleeping.
So Phil is included in that as well. Brett S. has agreed, Ali. I'd be very disconnected without these guys. That's awesome, Brett. Brett from Down Under. Appreciate that. And Linda says, can't wait. Want a Crosby blue credentials. I can't wait to see those either. We've had a couple cards sell now. The Henri Richard PSA 2 with exceptional eye appeal sells for $720. The Jonathan Quick Peerless Patches does $192. And we are now left with the Ovechkin SP Game Used Rookie Jersey Auto and the Alexander Ovechkin Buyback. So we're down to just the two cards, and they're both oh no. Oh yeah, never mind. Oh yes, not oh no. Oh yes, we're down to two. Let's hit refresh. And there we go. Two cards left. 2.5 minutes left in this all-access extended bidding window, and the NHL Game Gear Ovechkin needs a bid to get to the next 5-minute window, or it will end for $1,700, which will be, what's that, $2,040 with buyer's premium. And the buyback here, the PSA 1010 Pop 2, is going to make it into the next window. And Chris says, I just hope EX2000 doesn't turn into a Synergy. Why? What? I mean, I got to ask why, Chris, because like Synergy to me had some, I opened a few boxes of Synergy over the years, and I didn't like all of it, but I really liked some of it. I disliked the inserts. I was all about the base cards and the base parallels, the true base out of like 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, whatever they were out of, and the parallels of the base. Those reminded me of essential credentials, die cut foil cardboard on top of acetate or vice versa, different weird die cut shapes. I really liked the base and the parallels to the base from Synergy. Did not like any of the inserts at all, ever. They just were foil cards that didn't do it for me. But Josh, what do you think about this? I think that Chris's comment is interesting, and I don't have an issue with the comment at all, but I'd be curious to hear your thoughts on it.
Well, a little bit of on-air production meeting in the private chat thing. I just sent you a link to a bunch of the cards.
There you go. I got them
right there. And so if you can open that, if we have time, and we can look at those there's one thing that's kind of weird about these, and this is not the best example. There's a click ahead to, there's a Quinn Hughes gold. It's a couple more. What you'll notice is that this one, they had a problem with the die cuts around the players in removing the backgrounds. So as you can see here, it's really a shadow box card, but in a lot of the players, they apparently couldn't get fine enough detail around that. And so this is the one part, and you see like between the legs there of Logan Cooley, there's a little bit of a space on every card. And that's the one thing that's concerning me. And so these are actually images from the pack out. So these are images of live cards. Here's another.
No. Yeah. Look at this. Oh no. This is terrible. Guys, this is terrible. Look at that. Oh no. I will be zero interest in these because of that. Oh my God. Oh my God. That is horrible. I noticed it right away, Josh, on the very first one that we opened up here. Which was it? This one here I was thinking, what's going on between his legs? We should see that everywhere.
Yeah, and even beneath the stick there. And then there's another one too. I think it's Matthew Nyes. It's the blue credentials that somebody mentioned that they wanted. Look at the stick.
Like on top and the top and the bottom of it.
See, and I guess they couldn't get a fine enough cut around that, but it's like
so wait a second. This is like they should have die cut more of this off so that you only had this background, which we can't even see because it's on a dark surface. But the die cutting, like, is this not supposed to be? Is this what is supposed to be there? Or is that what's supposed to be removed? Like, should that have been removed too to give us the acetate background?
In a perfect world, yes. Yeah. I mean, when the card was designed, it wasn't supposed to have that. Now I don't know enough about, like, I was looking at a little bit earlier at like the 96 like Kobe, and I don't think that they had those die cutting issues.
No. This is an atrocity. Oh my gosh. What is going on here? Oh, because look, it's multi-layered. Like this layer here is above this layer here. If you can see my mouse, guys, like oh
I don't know. Part of me is hoping that there's just some sort of camera issue or something, but yeah, like I'm looking at the Kobe Bryant's, the credentials from 1996 EX 2000, and they're all perfectly die cut around Kobe.
Yeah, they're good. They are good. By the way, the two cards we're still watching are still going. So we're up to 1750 now on the OV, and the buyback needs it. Well, the buyback is at 900, so 2.5 minutes left. But I am blown away by this. Like,
well, it'd be such a shame too if it really is sort of, because there's been a lot of work put into this set and a lot of excitement around it. And these are the cards, like I mentioned, it's not an auto set. It's really a parallel set. Like the inserts are kind of out there. They're all kind of funky die cuts. And so you're buying the set to hit one of these cards.
I'm super I was looking forward to this product, and now I'm just like I'm completely out on it personally. I have no interest in these cards. They're no good to me. Oh, what's all this stuff? Let's those
are the inserts. Those are the die cuts.
Oh my god. Okay, so let's just have a look. Let's have a look. So yeah, like again here, you can't die cut all but between the legs. Like that's just not good. This is
Hall or Nothing. So these are like players that should end up in the Hall of Fame.
But again, the die cut, it's like they messed up the die cut on this too. Like shouldn't have come here. Like what's this on the far left? It should have cut right there. Yeah. And there. Oh my god, they better not pay their vendor for this product. I mean, this is just terrible. Or at least the cutting vendor. Wow. I am like so blown away by this. This star date doesn't even look like it's cut evenly. It's not even symmetrical. Like look at the angle on the right is steeper than the angle on the left. It's asymmetrical, which humans don't like asymmetry for the most part. What's going on at the top here? Oy, oy, oy. Oh boy. This thing is I don't like this card at all. Index movers with the arrow going up and to the right. That's pretty funny. Kind of cool concept, but I don't like that. Like these aren't even cards anymore. Like they are. You're just not getting much cardboard. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of this at all. Sorry, Upper Deck. I like this one a bit. I like Net Assets a little bit. And at least the die cut wasn't completely bungled. But these are like I will not be at it. I was looking forward to these, and if they all have these like die cut issues, I'm just not interested in them. Like
there's one insert card that's called Double Helix that is not die cut that looks really sharp, and there's a Gretzky in it. There's a gold parallel that's like 1 in 3,000 pack odds, something like that.
Okay, well maybe we'll like that, but like this is the particular card that I would like to have been able to buy a few cards of because I love this stock. This is very similar to what we saw back in those years, especially in football. You see this, and baseball maybe too, with these stars in them. They're beautiful. I used to own an Emmett Smith, but they die cut them properly. Meanwhile, here, like, there's all this extra material that should have been cut off. And then the other problem is, like, this isn't the right image for the card. If you needed to retain this little bit of blue here to connect to keep the card intact, to have it, not fall out. It's the wrong image choice. It's a design. This thing's a cluster. This is a cluster. Holy moly. And this is the worst I've seen.
Yeah, this one's weird. Like, look at the on the left there, how
right there. Right there.
Zoom in on that real quick.
Like, look at this. That is just oh boy.
And maybe it's just some sort of optical illusion. I know these shadow boxes get, so I'm praying that that come Wednesday we'll see a little bit better than what was being represented. But these are not like bootleg photos. Upper Deck posted these to their Facebook group page.
They couldn't have been happy posting these to their Facebook page. Oh my goodness. Okay, back to here for a second. Okay, these cards have now ended, guys. The Ovechkin does. No, my bad. They're not over. They're not. It's all the gray. They're still going. They're still going, guys. We're in the final 5-minute all access extended bidding window. And both of these are now going to go into the 1-minute windows. So that's going to be exciting. We've got 2.5 minutes left until that happens and we see the final bids come in on these two cards. So while we do that, let's go and look at the comments. So Chris says, seems like a rushed project. That's not it, Chris. It's a problem at the cutting vendor. Keep in mind, Upper Deck doesn't manufacture these themselves. It's all outsourced, right? And so I think it was just not done well.
Poor execution, it looks like. I mean,
what's that?
It looks like poor execution.
Thank you. Poor execution. I don't think it was rushed. I think it was just poor execution and poor planning, perhaps, with their production vendor or vendors. I don't know if one company prints, the other cuts, or what, or if that's probably the same that does both of those. But Brett S says, we'll only go for SP inserts in the X2000s. They look okay. Kinger says, what does the parallel look like? LGC says, constellations all over again. I don't know what that means. Kinger says, future and now are the same way in the middle. Question, don't know. Michael says, I have 2017 EX cards that Upper Deck made, and there was no problem with the die cutting then. Yeah, different vendor now probably, or just designs that aren't as conducive to cutting. Could be it, or die, internal die cutting, perhaps.
Well, the comment about future now, I think he was, because there are a lot of different iterations of essential credentials, and they're like in 2008 and in 2012, you had the essential credentials future. Now they're in this release, that's not the parallel structure for essential credentials. There's essential credentials, gold essential credentials, and then VIP credentials, which is the 101. But there is no future now, and it doesn't have, it has a more traditional numbering. It doesn't go off of like the checklist sort of like reverse numbering that you saw with now and future.
But he says in the middle. So that's why I didn't think that was his question. He says future now are the same way in the middle, meaning the middle of the card, I think is what, and that poor cutting execution, I think is what his question is versus the formatting of the set. But that's why I kind of skipped it, because I'm assuming Kinger, but we'd have to see. We'll know more as we see more pictures once it does. When's it due to release again, Josh?
Wednesday. And I know, like, Kinger, I understand. It's like, believe me, none of this comes with any joy. This is my complete wheelhouse as a collector. This is like my Super Bowl, this set coming out, and nobody wants it to be great more than me.
You must be disappointed. I'm not as passionate about the product as you are, but I'm very disappointed. I can only imagine you must be disappointed at a multiple of 3 compared to me.
Yeah, I'm just concerned at this point, and it's I'm anxiously waiting for Wednesday to see what more photos.
Yeah, I'm concerned. I feel bad for my friends at Upper Deck. I mean, this product should have been a grand slam, and I don't think it is going to be now. At least those particular cards within the overall set. Michael says, I have 2007. Oh, we did that one. It seems like Italian printers and die cutting don't go hand in hand. Could be because that's where they're printing a lot of their cards now. Joe Pro says, how would you define die cut? I think this question from Joe is like, is die cut around the outer edge or can it be the inner edge? And to me, it's either or. So that's how I would. It's just like, not a complete rectangle of cardboard would be, or acetate for that matter. Made in Italy, the 2017 Green EX cards were made in the USA. Yeah, they shifted to Italy like during the pandemic, though, for not all of their car sets, I don't think, but many of them for sure. Kinger, says Jeremy the card killer. I don't know. I think Upper Deck and their vendors killed those cards, not me. Chris says, sorry to burst everyone's bubble with this new product. LOL, I'm definitely sitting on the fence and watching it play out. Yeah, let's hold out some hope. Maybe it's not, across all the cards, but maybe it is. Laura says, well, if it's not die cut down there, then there's no definition of the legs. LGC, it will be collectible because the entire set is an error set. I don't know about that. Not by me, that's for sure. Kinger says he's still a fan. I'm glad you are, and Upper Deck's going to be glad too, for sure. More hockey cards says, might these be so bad that they become valuable? I mean, if that's the case, then have at her. I'm glad you guys want to buy cards that look like that. Well, not you guys in particular, but if people do.
Well, there was a comment about they said 2017, but I think they were talking about the 2016s. And I was just pulling them up. I'm looking at the Gretzky Future, and it's almost it's so similar to the same design. And they cut right up to there was no weird kind of border around him at all. And there's even a stick, and they go right to the stick on it too. Yeah. So
I've had several of those exact same Essential Credentials cards you're talking about from 2016. That's the Austin Matthews rookie year.
Yep.
And I own some still to this day, and I've never looked at it and felt any disappointment with the way it was executed at all. So, I don't think this is going to be the case where they're so bad they become valuable. Kinger says that's like saying I don't like a particular year of the Cup. I don't know what that's in response to, Kinger, but sorry.
Well, do you want to hear my theory? Because this is a month late.
On what? On Kinger's comment?
No. The set's a month late. So I have a theory that I'm hoping, but I may be just trying to. This might be wishful thinking. That these images were posted a long time ago.
Oh,
I wonder if they recut them.
Oh. Well,
I'm hoping. That's my
hope. I thought they just posted those.
No, these were posted February 12th.
Oh, and if it was delayed, maybe why would they post them then, though? Why would they post them unless that was just a marketing mishap?
I don't know. They have. It's not a marketing. Like they have somebody at the production facility actually take the photos, and a lot of times they're super weird. I mean, the Upper Deck needs a better plan around that, but still, somebody would have had to post them to the Facebook group. But
that's
my hope
is marketing department that handles social media, right? Like they never should have posted those if they were fixing them, because right now, I mean, yeah, Kinger says can't hit a home run every time. This isn't but this isn't a triple nor a double nor a single. Like this is literally, this is like we didn't show up to the game kind of thing for me. More Hockey Card says they really shouldn't distribute those. Looks like a Photoshop job I would have done in high school. Window, yes, maybe they are pulling a prank on us. Yeah, if this was April 1st, I would believe that. Linda, yeah, Josh, I have that Gretzky, was expecting more of this. Yep, same here. One of my favorite sleeper sets is 2016. Yeah, I love those too, Kinger. Josh, I hope you redeemed yourself with this new info about being delayed. I don't know if I just hope you're right. I hope your theory's right, Josh. LGC says Silhouette should be just on the body. Let's hope they only posted prototypes and not final versions. Hopefully, yeah. Fred S. EX 2000 release bumped to April 1st, 2025. Guys, the SP Game Used NHL Game Gear Alexander Ovechkin rookie year card jerseys auto out of 10 sells for $2,160, and the Ovechkin Buyback beautiful card sells for $1,200. PSA 10 on the card and 10 on the auto. Now, next week in the world of hockey, let's take a look at what's up. Let's do a quick preview for next week, guys. Oh, no. Hockey. So now we got, oh gosh, there's next week. There's hockey. We have so far 171 cards in the auction, kicking it off with a beautiful Gordie Howe SGC 3.5. I say beautiful because it's nice and full bodied. Oh yeah, this is a nice 3.5. I mean, it's maybe a little bit of a weird cut on the bottom, but anyway, a quick preview, a nice Gretzky Foundations auto patch, a Ovechkin Ultimate Rookie auto. Nice. It looks like next week's auction is going to be a little bit better than this week's overall. More cards already, so really nice. Well, we'll be back to cover this one next week, guys. Michael says, a point to Josh's point, those cards were not finished because if you look, they hadn't put any serial numbering on any of them. Unless it's on the back.
I don't. Yeah, they might be on the back. I don't know if that is the case.
Yeah. I mean, I hope he's right, but why would they put this out there? Like, I've never seen Upper Deck put cards out that are like work in process, you know? Never have I seen that halfway through the production. That's just if they did that, whoever did that needs a talking to, because look what it leads to, right?
I'm trying to stay optimistic.
Will the Skeens patch end? No, the Skeens patch is ending 2 Thursdays from now. Myself and Adam Gray, Real 27 guy, we will be doing the premiere show here on the channel as we do every month, going on 4 years now. We'll be doing that on, what is it, the 22nd, I believe? No, it's not the 22nd. That's a Saturday. 2 Thursdays from now is the 20th. We'll be doing it on the 20th. So join us for that, guys. That'll be a lot of fun. By the way, the Fanatics Collect Premier Auction this month is the best I've ever seen. Like, it is unbelievable. Unbelievable. The amount of cards I want to buy that I'm not going to buy is through the roof. It is just a stunning auction, guys, ending on the 20th. I can't wait to do that show with Adam Gray. Don Quixote says, Josh, can we expect you and Phil to rip a case on Wednesday of EX 2000?
No, because I'm slow playing it. And actually, Linda's Michael, is that who it is? Sorry, I get tripped up like you do. Yeah, there is on some of these cards. So if you go and I don't know if you still have the Facebook group up or if you closed it. If you go back to the Cale Makar credentials parallel, it's a little bit of an orange one. That one. Now zoom in and to his skate or the shin guard right by. So there is
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. That is where the stamp would go. So why did they put these pictures out?
I don't know.
I hope we just wasted our time talking about it, and these things are going to look bang on beautiful.
To your point, though, you put them out, and it only creates commerce. I mean, the only possible conclusions to make are what we're making. But yeah, so because of the delay, my hope is they saw these and thought, oh, we have to do a little bit more work to make these right, and I'm counting on that.
Yeah, here's the comment about what you just brought us to. So thank you for that, Michael. Yeah, that's great. Kinger says, previous comment, Jeremy, I only kindly wishing to note that disliking 1 year of EX is the same as disliking the aesthetic of can't hit a home run. Oh, aesthetic. Yeah, Kinger, that makes complete sense to me. And I love this set if it doesn't have these issues that we're identifying on pretty much all the cards that look like this. My comments about the inserts were just my opinion, but all of these cards of this style with the outer rim and the inner acetate inlay, like this is acetate. These pictures don't do these cards any justice. Like you take that, you put this up against the light, and this is a beautiful acetate inlay with clouds or whatever, I'm guessing. So, yeah, like I love the looks of these. This is hideous. Something's wrong there. Same with but the inserts that we were looking at, all these die cut, like that one and this one. Like, yeah, I just don't like these inserts. That's fine. I don't like many cards in many sets. So to me, all my comments have been based on the production issues that we seem to being led to believe are existing, even though they may not be. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of every year of every set either, even sets that I like. So for sure. Ali, do we know what the pack odds are for pulling an Essential Credentials card? Josh, I don't know. Josh, do you?
Yeah, and on our checklist site, hockeychecklist.com, we have the set with all the odds for every card, so you can go check it out there. The Essential Credentials are numbered to 99. Wait. I'm going to pull up my own checklist site because I think I can answer that in literally 10 seconds.
Chris says, I read that autos are 1 in 3 boxes. This is a product where I don't want an auto.
You don't want it. Yes. So I'll go through the parallels real quick. So you have all access credentials, which is the most common. That was like the Fleury card. Those for vets are 1 in 108 packs. And for rookies are 1 in 216 packs. And then all the other parallels are the same. So there's just plain credentials out of $4.99, credentials blue out of $2.99, essential credentials out of $99, essential credentials gold out of $50, all access credentials gold out of $10, and VIP credentials 101.
This is an all access right here.
That's the most common
VIP
one.
VIP right here.
That's the 101.
Yeah, this is the all access. This is the gold all access.
That's out of 10.
Gold all access.
And then there's a regular gold that's out of
VIP
50. And then the essential credentials, which I think was the Kaprizov.
That's my favorite.
99.
That's the one that I would want to pick up of 1 or 2 of my favorite players right there. Thank you, Kinger. Appreciate the comment right there. Laura says, in my humble opinion, the cards really don't need to look like the Dancing with the Stars trophy. I don't know what that trophy looks like, Laura. Sorry. There are so many credentials, like 7. I think there will be 2 or 4 per box, says Michael. So, all right, guys. Well, fun little Fanatics Select Hockey auction tonight. A fewer quantity of cards than we saw last week. We were over 200. Next week, I think we might get up to 200 by the time we get there. So looking forward to covering those cards next week with you, Josh, and you guys in the chat. Be sure to come back with us next week, guys. I always thank you if you did buy any cards tonight, especially if you use the Sports Cards Live affiliate link. I'm very grateful for that, and that support helps keep us doing this every Sunday night. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate it. Thank you, LGC. Always appreciate seeing you here. Same with you, Brett. Happy Down Under Day. I eat unicorn with peanut butter. Hope to see more of you around here as well, guys. Josh, that's it. Thank you. Thank you as always. Thank you, Chris. Guys, here on March the 9th, 2025, for Josh Madigan, The Gong Show, myself, Jeremy Lee of Sports Cards Live, this episode of the Fanatics Collect weekly hockey auction ending watch party is now.
Bye. It's over.